I'm on the Ferry Legionnaire off to one of the coolest places in Newfoundland to do some landscape and seascape photography. And I'm also going to visit one of the old iron ore mines and a special place, a very unique place I call Hidden Beach. Why don't you join me? My name is Brian Carey. Welcome to photography and the creative view.
May I have your attention, please? We will be docking shortly. All passengers are asked to remain seated until the vessel is secured dockside.
So I'm at the Lighthouse in Bell Island. As you can see, the sun is just rising behind me. But I'm not going to stay here because I don't think I'll get much of a vista here with the sunrise. So I'm going to head out just over that way. And there are some amazing cliffs here, some amazing rock formations, and it's a beautiful day. The winds are only hitting 15k, and which is very good for here. So let's go. Nice from here actually. So I'm just going to take a few here and continue on. So when the sun breaks the horizon here, you're going to see all this cliff light up over here too. So we'll just wander around here. I'm going to be here for a few hours, so this should be fun. I'm going to try one of my graduated filters, because I'm blowing up the sky and it's really dark in the lower portion of the frame. So I'm just going to take one out here. I'm going to hand hold this. So let's take it out of my pack here. And I think I'm going to go with my 0.6, my 2-stop soft split graduated neutral density filter. And I'm just going to hand hold it. So I'll take my lens hood off. I'm just going to eyeball it. Yeah, baby. One thing I don't like here is that I got the top of the rock pillar here in line up with the horizon in the background with the hills across the bay there. And I don't like where everything's just on top of one another, but I've got no way around that. If I come down here, but I lose down below, so I might just have to live with that. So it's going to be great when the sun finally breaks the horizon or clears the hills. You're going to see all this light up really nicely. The sky is so bright it wears backlit, so I'm going to use one of my graduated split neutral density filters again, and I'm going to go with the 0.6 again, the 2-stop soft split. It's only a few quick shots, so I'm not going to bother putting the adapter on, and I can shoot at shutter speeds. I'm not worried about any camera shake or anything. The camera speeds are pretty fast, good enough for handheld and that. Okay, and let's just eyeball it again. Let's see what we got. It's going to be nice when the sun breaks the horizon. We start getting some light over here. Slide it up and down to see what I can get. Maybe even at a bit of an angle for this shot, because of the way the landscape is. Oh yeah, okay, maybe something like that. I got some real nice foreground going on there now. Okay, I'm going to go up this way a little further. The sun is breaking the horizon there now. So I'm just going to come over here and have a look. Oh, this is my spot. And the sun's finally breaking the horizon. So at least just coming up over the hills there. So the sun has finally cleared the hills, and I just see this where the sun is coming down here next to that rock pillar there. So I'm just going to go down and just see if I can get a few pictures down there. It's not bad. Oh God, you get a little waterfall there. Yeah, I'm getting vertigo up there. Let me get out of here. Somebody left their beer can. I'll try to take this back with me. Oh boy. What just caught my eye were the hills over here across the bay, and I just like the formation. I like the backlighting. It looks really nice. So let's just see if I can frame something up with that. I just did a 4-shot pano, and I'll see if I can stitch that together in Photoshop. So what I'm looking for here, I'm trying to create some sort of composition, just have some diagonal lines, have some, give the picture a sense of depth rather than just focusing on all the great scenery here. But so I'm going to work my way through it, and there's nothing really here in the foreground. There's some red leaves over here from the bushes, but they don't really jump out at me. So I'll just shoot a few here and see what I can get. And one thing I do like the way the hills, the cliff edge just rolls. It got a pattern to it, and it's everywhere like that, and it's really neat. So what I can do, I can just have this line going into the distance, and it is quite lovely actually. So I'll work with that for a while. And what I'm doing here, I'm just shooting so that I'm blowing out a little bit of the sky over here on the horizon, and I don't mind that because I know my Canon camera is pretty good, and usually if I just maybe blow out just a little section of it. Usually I can bring it back in post. I'll just bring down the highlights, and so that is there, even though my warning zone is blown out. But I got to watch what I'm doing. I can't blow out too much, or I'll lose it all. It is nice though. I got this kind of like golden grass over here, and the light is starting to pick it up. The sun is starting to hit it, so it's nice. So what I want to do here, I want to get some of the, I'm trying to get some of these red leaves from the bushes here in the foreground, just to add an element, a near element in the frame. So I'll just shoot a few. And it's just look through the viewfinder and see what it looks like. The cliffs here go on forever, at least on this the northeast side of the island where I'm to now. And as you can see here, and I'm heading over there. It's a place over there called Grebe's Nest, and it's one of the iron ore mines. And Bell Island used to be a big iron ore producer, and up until the 60s, and there's some history behind it too. It was back in the 30s. We used to sell up to 1 million tons a year to Nazi Germany, and that was cut off in 1939 when they invaded Poland. And in 1942, a lot of people may not know it, but there were German U-boats in patrolling these waters in North America, and they sank 4 ore carriers here in the bay. They sank 2 Canadian ore carriers, they sank 1 British and 1 French. So there's quite a bit of history, and a lot of people don't know there were actually Nazi U-boats here, but yeah, there were some, and lots of shipwrecks around. And if you're into that kind of stuff, it's a fabulous place. I'm at Grebe's Nest, and these are the old iron ore mines just down here, and I don't know what this is. I thought it might be some sort of shaft or something, maybe just a hut of some kind. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's not a shaft, I don't believe, but it's a hard old steel door. I must head down. I think I'm going to pop a polarizer on, because I'm getting, we're getting some clouds there. Some cloud formation. I might be able to bring out some detail in the clouds. That's where we're off to. You can see the opening in the rocks down here. The last time I was here, maybe 3-4 years ago, there was actually a dead goat along here. It was rotting too, and it must have. Actually, I know there are sheep and goats and cattle on the island, and sometimes they get too close to the cliff's edge, and I guess it fell. A bit of water. love the sound of the water. I switched up to my 8 to 15 fisheye, so I'm going to take a few photos. So I've gone back to the 16 to 35, and I've got the polarizer on there, so I'll just take off my lens hood and I'll just spin my polarizer as I'm looking at the water and the sky, just to see if I can bring out some color, to see if I can bring out some edges on what cloud there is, and you know, and I'll deepen the blues in the water for sure. So I'm just here using the wake of the water, all the white, as a bit of an element that kind of drags you in, it leads you into the frame. It's kind of cool actually. One interesting thing about doing it when you're looking through, you see every time the waves come in, it's a different pattern, which is really nice. Oh boy. I'm getting a workout today. It's good. So that's my visit to Grebe's Nest for this year, and Bale Island for that matter. And I hope you enjoyed it. I'm running low, I'm on my third battery on my video camera. So this might be my signing off. And I hope you enjoyed the video and the photos. Thanks for watching. It's like something from Lost.